down in the den. So go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth is about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now.
Welcome back to Down in the Den. It's your host, Mars, a.k.a. Marlon Beardo, the bearded weirdo, the Stella Rosa Casanova, and the curator of culture. And we are back for another phenomenal episode of Down in the Den. And today I am blessed and very excited to introduce you to a talented singer, writer, artist. The work is amazing. He's been putting in the grind right now. I want you guys listening at home and those watching on YouTube to give a warm Down in the Den welcome to Riverside RELL. Brother, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Appreciate you for having me, man. I greatly appreciate you.
Nah, we're honored, man. We try to have nothing but the best and checking out your music. And man, you got pipes, man. You got style, you got swag, you got everything that's needed. So, man, we're honored to invite you into the Den community.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. So if you're ready to rock and roll, man, we begin every single episode with the same question. There's something that triggered me when I was very little reading my comic books. I'm like, everybody has an origin story. Everybody has some reason to do what they do. And when I started, really studying the art form and studying music, I realized that our musicians are our actual modern day superheroes. You take something that's in your head and you put it down in the studio and you make art that lives forever. So my question to you is, what's your origin story? How did you decide that this is the path for you? Because the music industry is not an easy one. So decided to make that your life work. It had to be something to trigger that. What's your origin story that made you say, this is what I want to do with my life?
What made me say that was the reaction that I got. I never was one of the kids that was in the church singing or anything like that. I was the kid that was just in the car singing. And, it started off with my mom saying, like, you can sing, you can sing just like me, back in the day and things like that. So I started eventually getting out in the world and singing around people. And every time the reaction I would get is just positive. Man, you going places, you doing things, and even if it's not about me, it's always a positive reaction. When I was in high school and I would do talent shows and things like that, and everybody singing along, and I didn't took off my jacket, and then girls is going, wow, it's just positive. And I feel like that's the only thing that's keeping this world moving along is the way that people are able to tap in with the music and either relate, vibe, etc. So that's what is my origin. It's just the reaction and the positivity that I get from it and that I feel I can put back, the more and more I sing.
Absolutely. I always say the best music is reciprocal. It makes you feel something and you give that energy right back. And, I understand they say it's the best drug in the world, having that feel it on the stage and, or, feeling when that track here and people react. So, that gives me goosebumps. I certainly understand.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about your recent EP, Real Love, and it just dropped. What were some of the pivotal moments in the journey of creating that project? Because putting out a body of work, I tell you, there's a million artists out there and some never get to the ability of just releasing one song. And, putting a cohesive body of work together is always an accomplishment. So walk us through that journey.
Through that journey, that was definitely me going through college and pretty much up until now. And with that, it's just different situations, not only with just significant others, but family, even the amount of love that you've shown through, your friends, just as a whole. And I had different situations that I went through and just basically found a way to put it in the best perspective that I like. And the reason why is because it's just I feel it's very different. Um, And so with that being said, it's just, it gives you the real me. It gives the real definition of me and what I've been through. Like for example, like with one of my lyrics, I said, have you ever seen your mother been dragged down the stairs?
Mm,
And I know some people can relate to that and some people can't. But that's giving them my real love of the pain love, the lust love, and the real love. So I actually enjoyed making this EP, just because it really did speak on heartache and trials and tribulations.
absolutely. And that vulnerability is something that's so needed in the music. It's something I grew up with. I was born in the 80s, but I'm a 90s baby. And I always say that's the golden era for
Yes, sir. I got
R&B.
lucky.
Yeah, yeah, it's the golden era, and it's so much gold in that era that I feel is untapped on the current scene. And listening to your music, I say, okay, this guy has some 90s influences.
Indeed.
He's listened, I could tell immediately, okay, who are some of the icons that you turn to when you were a younger man and saying, you know what, these guys are incredible, or this girl is incredible, or this group is incredible. Who are some of the icons that really your Mount Rushmore, if you will?
Um, to be honest with you, I don't have a Mount Rushmore, and the reason why is because there's so much music that I like,
Mm,
and they have so many different impacts. It's so tough to sit here and put this song and this song and this song, or this artist at the top. I couldn't do it and be real with myself. So um the ones that I grew up on, that I listened to the most, that when I heard them in the radio, I picked up on their tune, I was able to catch on quick. Um, Artists like Brian McKnight, um, Neo, Trey Songz, Avant for sure, Joe. Um,
I mean, those are some icons right there.
Yeah, a lot of R&B, a lot of R&B. Just being honest with you, straight up, those were the fellas that I was listening to, and that's probably why I love so much, is because I listened to all of those love songs, all of that love music, and those were the guys and the cats that I grew up singing and I grew up listening to. So I have to say, if any of those would be, or if I would say any Mount Rushmore icons, I would have to put them there because they kind of paved that way for me to feel comfortable to, even be able to hit those high notes and sing and get those good and positive reactions, because people love their songs, people love their music. So for me to come right behind them and be able to sing their music and follow up with the same vibe, it's just all good. So it was always those kind of guys, but definitely the names that I named for sure were the ones that I was listening to.
Shout out to the legends. All of those kings are iconic for sure. Now,
Yeah.
I was checking out your TikTok and your first cover Fridays. I love it, man. I love when the young artists out here use the tools that are at their exposure to really get that exposure that's needed. What inspired that ongoing series, and how's that evolved since you started?
Um. Well, it started last year, um, and basically, I wanted to figure out a way to continue giving content. We all know that the attention span is very short.
Yeah,
So you literally got 90 seconds, if that, to try to get your point across. And 9 times out of 10, you get about halfway before they turn. Um, so basically, what I did was I created something that I know that is me, and that I knew that people would love, and that hearing come from me, different songs, different artists, so that people are actually seeing not only my range, but that I can sing just as well as these artists that actually put these songs out on platforms. Um, it's really for the fans, because I know it takes time to drop an EP,
yeah,
to drop a single, or drop a video, and things of that with the correct promo and marketing. So knowing that the first cover Fridays, you know, don't get me wrong, because they're these first cover Fridays are not easy. I'm doing 30, 40 retakes.
Yeah.
The song could be perfect all the way through, and I did all the way good until the last note. So I've been in the definite let me continue to be consistent, but from the beginning I was a lot more stronger. Now I try to spread them out. um Not only because I'm trying to learn more music, but I don't want to overbear them. So basically, now I try to, like, stay tuned, because there will be a first cover Friday tomorrow. But instead of, like, doing it every Friday, I would do it maybe like every other Friday or every 2 or 3 Fridays. Just to kind of give them that time to build on that video, of that cover that I did. Give it some time to breathe, let it get some views and things of that nature. But it keeps the consistency of people looking. Um, and because of that, that's kind of how I get them to see my videos or see what songs I got out, and things of that nature. So when things start to really start flowing, they're like, okay, this is somebody that was already, being consistent with this. So, but it's definitely for the fans. It's definitely for the fans.
And you got to feed the fans, and I think that's a great gem that you drop. Even when you don't have an EP out or album out or a music video out, you can keep on their mind by putting that work in and that consistency and giving them something that uh, we all love a good cover, and the best covers. Sometimes I always give the example of Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You." So few people know that's a Dolly Parton song because she killed it so well. You're like, what do you mean that's not her song? That's her song.
Wow.
So putting in that effort and just like paying homage, but also keeping yourself in the limelight is a great gem for this upcoming generation that's coming up after you and in the same era. Now you've been featured all across um, Instagram Reels, your Twitch, your cult tape live sessions. And I think that's super dope. I think the best music is a collaborative spirit. How does collaborating with, different engineers, visual directors influence your sound? Because I always say a good engineer could really change the whole life of a song. How's that collaboration uh, been for you?
Um, Usually the start off is a little scary because it's not the usual engineer that you're dealing with. But majority of the time, once you listen to how they're creating the style of music that you're making and creating, it usually ends up being pretty good. Everyone that I pretty much came across, of course, don't get me wrong, I was definitely nervous, 'cause I'm like, I'm not with my regular engineer. Can they mix my sound? Can they, is things going to sound the way that it needs to sound? Because I'm very big on how I sound. I don't want to just put anything out, and I don't want to sound crazy. I try to get the best quality, um, and I'm a very patient person. So majority of the time, it ends up, being nerve wracking at the beginning, stomach tightening, but eventually, once you start to get in about 30 minutes of it ends up being a blast, man. Not only that, but when you collaborate, you kind of open a new door of networking, because now anyone that knows them is going to be tuning in with you, and anyone that knows you is going to be tuning in with them. So it's a win-win situation.
Right.
And I definitely think that more artists need to do that, because the last person, the cult that I was collaborating with, he said something to me. He said, a lot of people are dead networking. Um, and when I thought about it, I said, man. And he said, yeah, like, people will talk, hey, we're going to get up in the booth. Hey, we're going to link up. We're going to do a session this weekend, or whatever the case may be. And you never hear from them. So that's something that I'm trying to stay away from. So definitely with the more collabing and the ones that do collab, shout out to the ones that do collab, because like I said, it's a win-win situation, and you actually get to meet new people and actually see their talent. Like I'm not the only person out here with talent. So to come across others that can sing just as good as me, sound just as good as me, it's uplifting because it's like, man, we can really collab something and really shine a light on our city.
Steel sharpens steel. So, like you said, you come out there with the other talented artists, it forces you to step your game up and to get better because, it takes, it's competitive with music, but it's also a collaborative spirit and finding that fine line. So I love that you love to, learn. And of course, it's like a roller coaster. It's going to be a little scary at first, but, everything
Oh
that's
yeah.
come out has been beautiful music, not to be cliche. So you're a writer, you're a singer, you're an artist, a true artist. Um I want you feel like you're up to a challenge, you want to test your pen?
All right.
How creative do you feel right now?
Um, Considering the things that I've been through in life, any opportunity that kind of crosses my path, I try to take. So, um, I'm not one. I used to be one of the ones that was shy and back away. Oh, nah. Let's go. Let's do it.
Perfect. So we came up with a game specifically for you. I call it 30-second song spark. So we're going to give you a couple choices and see if anything comes to mind. And there's no winning, there's no losing in this game. It's just a fun little activity that we came up. So I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break up the
I
rules.
feel like I've been through this. Ooh, and the reason why I say this is because there was a wonderful lady. Shout out to her and her show as well. I believe it's called the Tomorrow Today Show, something like that. But basically, what she did was she would say a name of an artist, and I would have to come up and sing it. Well, I'd have to sing a song or sing whatever the song is. So I definitely feel like this is kind of around in the same range.
It's definitely in the vein. It's definitely in the vein, and it's something that I think as content creators we love because it gives us that raw, unscripted moment, and it's kind of fun. So I'm a fun guy. I like to have a
All
little
right.
fun. So I'm gonna give you three random prompts, and you can pick either one. And then I'm gonna give you 30 seconds, and from there see what comes up, melody, rhythm idea, anything that inspires you. We're going to do it. So I'm going to give you, and I'll let you pick.
So I can say anything. It doesn't. I don't even have to match anything with like
No,
a
it's not a
sequence
real
out or
song.
nothing.
It doesn't have to be anything that's created. This is just your own original, what comes up from these.
Okay. Oh, this is even better.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I said. There's no winning, there's no losing. It's just pure creativity at its finest.
All right.
So you can choose either rainy evening, which we could use some now because we're in a heat streak right now, uh, late night drive, or sudden heartbreak. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'm going to put our timer up. And when the timer goes out, let's see what comes to mind. What type of melody, what type of lyric, whatever. So you ready
All
for
right. So you said late night drive,
late night drive, rainy evening, or
rainy evening.
sudden heartbreak?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna put the timer. When the timer hits 0, you're on.
All right.
Are you ready?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. It's on you. The floor is yours.
All right. Check it. Check it. Uh. Yeah. On this rainy evening, I need a late night drive. 'Cause this heartbreak got me feeling some kind of way when I look into your eyes. Please don't, baby, push me away. 'Cause I Need you to stay. Oh, baby. On this late night drive, will you come inside my ride? Yeah.
You killing them, you killing them. No more, no more. I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out. I love it. I love it. You combined all three. All three. Killer, killer. Give you A plus, 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 plus.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
And I love that. Hey, that might be the next single, y'all. That might be the next single.
Hey, listen, while you playing, I might have to go write something to that.
There you go. There you go. A little challenge for you to do in the studio. They would give us a word, and we had 30 seconds to come up with and keep it moving. So I love that. I love it. Now, looking back at your discography and everything you've done, is there one song for you that feels the most personal, and why?
Yes, but it's gonna be gravel. And I think probably because of a lot of the family issues that I went through caused like some separation between me and my mom where we weren't speaking. You feel me for a while, hot minute. I'm one of the kids that I'm not calling to ask for nothing. I'm gonna call and ask, do you need something? So, of course, family issues and things like that we didn't agree on. I kind of stepped back and we didn't speak. But that song and like kind of I was speaking earlier about one of the lyrics that I was saying when I said my mother was drugged down the stairs. Um, that's in that song. So I think that's probably the most personal out of all of my music.
I love that, man. And putting that pain and making something beautiful, only the greats can do it. And
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Um, So, and like I said, I know a lot of kids have been in that state where they're too young, too small to help, defend their mother, but the man is, being the man. So,
it's a journey. I tell people, they always say it's a man's world, but every man, we have battles and wars that we have to fight every single day, and it's not.
yeah, and every man can still be a gentleman.
And every
Stay
man.
tuned. That's the next EP coming out, gentlemen.
Hey,
So,
that brings it to the next question. What's next for you? I know
yes,
there's
sir.
for a few
So,
music collaborations. What's next on the agenda?
stay tuned with 90 the Colt. We got something coming up. Um, I've got to get back in touch with him. Definitely. Then at the end of this month, which is I want to say this weekend, man, I will be dropping my video Elegant. I was supposed to drop it back on Valentine's Day. Things happened. I had to push it back a little bit till I got everything secured and everything good to go. Um, Once I drop that video at the end of the month, going into my birthday month, which will be August, I will let Elegant do what it needs to do through all out of the month of July. But I'm coming out with another EP in August. These tracks, man, not only am I making sure they are copywritten, I'm making sure all of my paperwork is straightened on it. Um, because of the simple fact of the songs. Because I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I said, if you love the real love EP, man, you're gonna love Gentleman. Um, it's more just more being a gentleman, more of a you're a ladies' man. So and there's it'll tie into the video of Elegant as well. So it's definitely a lot of content. Like I said, a first cover Friday will be dropping tomorrow. So it's a lot of stuff coming. Definitely for the summer. I'm trying to keep my nose in a performance somewhere every week. So if you're following me, you shouldn't be hard to find me. But definitely a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff coming up, man.
So definitely got some heat for the summer. So Y'all,
And I got some crack for the summer, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Like
it's better.
it, I'm not even gonna. I don't even believe you've heard Candy Lady, but that's just how excited I am because when I go into these buildings and I perform Candy Lady, and you look at how I look, yeah, it's jaw dropping. So and I'm watching this as I'm performing. I'm checking to see how these people reactions looking, and guys are not expecting me to even sing like this. So if the fellas aren't expecting me to even sing like this, I can only imagine in a building full of females what this would do. It's Southern soul type of vibe. But you can step to it, and like I said, that is probably the single um song that I want to push the most. It's going to be on the EP, don't get me wrong, but Candy Lady is probably going to be the top song that I push, market, promote, everything. I can get this, and I feel I can get this in the grown folks ear and just about everywhere. So definitely excited.
I can't wait for that to drop. Can't wait for you to bring the heat. It's 100 outside. Let's make it 200 outside. I want to see people evaporate, and I think with that music, you're definitely going to do it. Leave some ladies for the rest of us, though. Don't kill us all, you know. But leave. I only need one or two, so leave some for the rest of us. But I can't wait for this heat to drop. Happy early birthday to you as well.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Please let the friends of the Den know where they can find you on social media so they can give you a follow, subscribe, and make sure that they stay on top of the new releases and new content that you got coming soon.
So, thankfully, I don't have a million different names and a bunch of at scores and unders and all that stuff. So the way that you see my name as Riverside Rel, that is on all platforms. That is from Apple Music to YouTube to Spotify to Facebook to Instagram, the whole 9 yards. So you put that in, you can go on Google and type in Riverside Rel, and everything from all my social media pop up. All my content will pop up as well, and it will even tell you itself through the AI that this is what I do. I sing, I create music, I create content, and I am very consistent with it. And like I said, you guys definitely check me out because it's a lot of stuff coming. And go check out the content that I've been dropped as well because I'm pretty sure you would enjoy it. Especially if you like 90s, your 90s vibe. I try to go back and forth, do early 90s, slow, and then I may do some today's music. So I try to, be fair as well. So, but everyone is welcome, positive vibes. So I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Well, guys, do me a favor. You see it right here, right where it is. There it is, right there on the
Yes,
screen.
sir.
Follow. Make sure you follow on all platforms. If you listen to Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, however you listen to music, follow. Make sure that you pre-order the new music. Make sure that you got your ear tuned. I'm telling you, I've been checking him out. He's phenomenal, dope, and like I said, for a '90s head like me, this is my wheelhouse. This is where I live. This is the heart of me right here. Let me tell
Yes,
you,
sir.
I knew not to give me any vocals because I would have acted a whole fool if I had half your singing
I'm
ability.
trying to stay humble, man. Believe it or not, I'm trying to stay humble.
Well, you're doing a good job. Like I said, you're handling it far better than me because I'd have been in jail by now. They was, sir, you can't grind on. I grind wherever I want to. I can sing, so I appreciate your humbleness,
Oh man.
but
But
still,
you know what? Early 2000s, you even got away with that. You didn't make good. See,
yeah,
now
yeah,
everybody all ill and doing want to be on some weird stuff. But see, back when I was growing up, females didn't mind dancing and grinding on the fellas. You feel me? So I don't know what these people didn't did. What? But they not feeling it.
yeah. I can't speak for the new generation, but I tell you,
Or I don't even want to be a part of it.
yeah, I tell you what, I'm glad I'm born when I was born because, what a time we
Yeah,
had. What a time
yeah.
we had.
Yeah, man. But
Absolutely.
also a note on that as well. Though I also take time and take part into community environments and giving back to the community and speaking on things that we can probably possibly do to make things better as well. So I'm also definitely with making us better, all of us as a whole. So yeah.
Well, King, keep doing what you're doing. You're well on your way. The art is tight, the lyrics are tight, the music is tight, the production is tight, and I see nothing but bright and bigger things for you moving forward. We're going to make sure that we add you to the D.E.N community. So in the next 24 hours or so, we have group chat. It's a great networking tool with a ton of different artists, producers, engineers, film directors, and
Okay.
always say I'm the friendly plug. I don't sell drugs, but I do sell dope. So if you're like, hey, I need a dope producer and I'm in this
Yeah.
city, I probably know somebody. Just hit me up and I'll be happy to make that connect for you. And like I said, man, keep killing it, King.
Yeah, hey man, if anything, I appreciate you again, man. It's definitely an honor to be on your platform. Just to get some of who I am out to you and whoever else is watching. I appreciate all of y'all and y'all's time. This is not gonna be the last. Just like you spoke, the future is bright and hopefully I can get to know some of you, tap in, lock in with me, because the ones that I'm tapping in with now are the ones I'm not gonna forget. That's
Absolutely.
best believe.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, you always welcome here at the Den. Anytime you got something to promote, anytime you want to just chat, we'll book you. You know, the door is open because, like I said, this is more than just a podcast. It's a community, and we really support keeping it, supporting the real ones, the people that are keeping the art alive. So you're definitely one of those, and we appreciate you for coming on.
I appreciate you too, man. Thank you, man. For real, for real.
Absolutely. So, guys, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Also, forgot to give y'all the word today so you can get some free merch. The first person on YouTube that comments in the word is grind. The secret word is grind. The first person that puts that, I'm going to hit you in your DM. You're going to get, we'll get you a mug, a t-shirt, hat, or something like that. That's how we do. And brother, I thank you again. You're always welcome in. We're going to end this episode like we do. Remember, it's all about peace, love, unity, and respect. We out of here. Deuces.
Love.